Hi there. Uh, I will be. I can't even talk straight. Uh, Hi there. Today I will be showing off every single Death Sentence 1 Down build that I have. All of these builds are made to be worked on public lobbies, and they're made to work on the highest difficulty. And most of these builds will share somewhat similar weapons and similar patterns. That's just how I build these stuff. The purpose of this video is to make both an archive as well as a reference point for newer players to make their own builds too. I will be showing off every single build that I have, justify the point allocation and the weapon choice as much as I can, and if the build is using Berserker, I will also be showing the Berserking method on the top. Yeah, on the bottom left. Yeah, let's just say bottom left. So yeah, you can. So if the build also has Berserker, you can check the bottom left for that. If you're an experienced player and somehow you ended up watching the entirety of it and want to give your feedback, and that's also welcome. But if you're an experienced player, there is not much for you to do here in this video. With all of that out of the way, let's get started. First one is the standard stealth build. I have built it for the Stockholm Syndrome Basic, which has some niche applications on stealth situations. Bag throwing is always nice. Portable saw aced because the aced version, combined with a specific saw setup, lets you open up deposit boxes with a single click. Build it for Jack of all trades, which lets you bring two different deployables. Standard saw skills and C4. C4 is useful for spotting. Most people also bring automatic drills, but honestly, when you're drilling on stealth, you are usually near the stuff that you are supposed to drill. So I don't see the value in these. Some weapon stability points. I aced every single stealth thingy. Duck and cover basic, parkour aced, inner pockets basic. You can drop parkour aced if you want to, but honestly, I just like having the skill on my stealth builds. Second wind, optical illusions ace for the sweet concealment. High value target for spotting. And that's it. For weapons, you have few choices. I have this silenced cavity, modded with bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, affliction foregrip, no gadget, speculator sight, 45-degree iron sights. I have a mod that separates these two. Normally all of this side gadget stuff will be on the gadgets page instead, so keep that in mind. I also have a loud gun to use with Stockholm Syndrome on very niche situations. Loud gun is a car 4, and yeah, I know it looks weird. Car 4 is modded with short barrel, stubby compensator, concealment boost, emo foregrip, titanium skeletal grip, thrust low receiver, speed pull mag, a -1 sight, and 45-degree iron sights. I also have saw. One is silent and one is loud. For silent saw to one-tap deposit boxes, you need to mod the exact same way I did. This one is modded for concealment boost, silent motor, and sharp blade. The loud one is also useful for subduing civilians by just sawing the air. This one is modded with concealment boost, fast motor, and durable blade. Perk deck is Hacker, and equipment is ECM body bags, as well as C4, depending on the situation. This is my second stealth build, and this one is the Yakuza. Force friendship and confident because shouting range is still kinda useful. Back throwing, portable saw again. Jack of all trades again. I don't have hardware expert on this because sometimes you can lure guards or soft lock their pathing without silenced drills. And if you're stealthing in a group, not having this skill doesn't matter that much. If you need silence drills, just make someone else to do that for you. Steady grip basic for a little bit more accuracy. Every single stealth skill, parkour aced, inner pockets basic, optical illusions aced, high value target aced. And this is for zerking. For the secondary, primary is the same as the first one, but for the secondary, I use this stupid looking pistol. And the only reason I use it because I paid for it like a fucking retard, but also it looks funny. This one is modded with upshot barrel, IPSG compensator, concealment boost, combined module, extended magazine, 1.5 pistol red dot sight. If you want to bring a saw with any of these builds, you have an option to bring a secondary or primary. If you want to bring a primary saw, the weapon you can use is Shimano Compact. You can also use Gruber or Bernetti 9, but I like bringing Shimano Compact because, again, it looks stupid, it keeps me entertained. This one is modded with Medved R4 suppressor, concealment boost, Medved R4 laser sight, striking body kit, striking mag, so-called reflex micro sight, striking slide, and that's it. This one gives you 34 concealment, and when you pair it with a saw, you get 10 detection rate, which is the lowest you can get with a saw. Yakuza has a speed boost which you can abuse, and zerk method is exceedingly simple. We are going through in a perk deck basis. This one is a crew chief build. Standard first aid kit, painkiller setup, double joker setup, which is really good with basically any deck anyway. A little bit more stability. Shotgun CQB close by and overkill aced in order to buff our utility with Grim, as well as getting extra damage for our primary, which we'll be getting into. Diehard basic, bullseye. A single drill skill, which is, really nice and nice time saver. Steady grip ace for weapon handling. Inner pockets basic in order to get a little bit more concealment. A low blow ace for crits, as well as 9 lives. This one uses Grim 12 gauge shotgun. Grim 12 gauge is modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, Donald's horizontal lever, concealment boost. I guess I should put an auto fire as well. There we go. Little brother foregrip. No gadget, but you can put a micro laser if you want to. And that's it. The primary is once again Cavity. Cavity is a DMR that I like to use a lot, so you may end up seeing it a few more times. This one is modded with bigger the better suppressor, an accuracy boost, no foregrip, speculator sight, and 45-degree red dot sight, just to get a little bit more stability. Armor is LBV, lightweight ballistic vest, first aid kits, electric brass knuckles, and concussion grenades. Just spam the Dragon's Breath Grim on short to medium range and switch to Cavity for dozers and snipers. Build is really easy to use and abuse if you know how to, and you have double jokers as well as all the team support stuff you get with Crew Chief. This one is an ICTV Crew Chief setup. And once again, standard first aid kit upper setup. Double jokers but no hostage taker. Standard ICTV setup with shock and awe. Once again, standard standard Surefire Ace Lucknot basic build up. Surefire Ace is useful because it lets you penetrate the body armor of the heavy units, which are plentiful. This skill can save your life if you can interrupt the heavy unit in the meantime. Standard movement skills for ICTV. Just get some crits for a nice bit of DPS against dozers. And a single skill in Equilibrium. The reason why I didn't bring Hostage Taker with this Crew Chief setup is because I already have a nice 2-shot armor and I already have first aid kits. In order for your health to be get damage in the first place, they need to shoot your armor twice, so it doesn't really matter all that much. This KSP is modded with the bigger the better suppressor, a Lion bipod, stability boost, a lead combo, and solid stock. For a secondary, I like to use 5.7. A penetrating secondary can offer a lot of utilities. You can wallbang dozers with this. You can kill Captain without having to rely on janky explosives. Overall, it looks nice as well. This one is modded with Team Traded Barrel, Jungle Ninja Suppressor, an accuracy boost, Medved R4 laser sight, extended magazine, and pistol red dot sight. Once again, ICTV is our ICTV is our armor of choice and first aid kits. And this is another Crew Chief build, which is designed to cheese the game as much as possible. Standard Doctor Bag build setup with Inspire Basic, Hostage Taker aced in order to regain our health, Transporter aced, and this is somewhat unusual, but it works just as the same. Both of our guns doesn't have problems with the shields anyway, so building in a more standard way doesn't provide much utility. Standard fully loaded basic ammo bag setup, Jack of all trades aced, Parkour basic and optical illusions basic, these are pretty much standard, and 9 lives. For secondary, I am using a commando with an accuracy boost, as well as Thanatos with Tank Buster Barrel, Total Ammo, Lead Combo, Contractor Grip, Speculator Sight, and no sight gadget. Armor is ICTV, and which is helpful when you end up accidentally shooting yourself. Ammo bags, and Doctor Bag. Once again, deploy an ammo bag and just use the commando. If there's a dozer, first strip them of their faceplates and shoot it with a Thanatos, and that's a one shot. So yeah, only problem this build has is that it has some long reload, so your teammates may have to cover you while you're reloading, but that's about it. We are on to the muscle now. So, standard Inspire Basic Doctor Bag setup, single Joker setup. That's because I needed to save points. a single point on stable shot in order to get a little bit more stability, standard shotgun setup with die hard basic, single point on scavenger, hardware expert, steady grip aced, surefire aced, lock and on basic, and body expertise is aced, which is the standard automatic weapon setup. Some movement skills, low blow aced, in order to get some sweet crits, which will help you deal with dozers. Akimbo aced, to get a little bit more ammo in our primary weapon, and 9 lives. Primary is the akimbo headers. This one uses stubby compensator, accuracy boost, lead combo, speed pull mag, and unfolded stock. Secondary is the one and only para. Para uses tactical compensator, concealment boost, aftermarket shorty, titanium skeletal grip, frost lower receiver, speed pull mag, and no sight. Oh yeah, shorter than shorter stock. I almost forgot about that. Oh yeah, there is also LV upper receiver. This gun has so many mods. I'm using heavy ballistic vest for that light breakpoint, doctor bags, concussion grenades, as well as electric brass knuckles. Build is quite straightforward. Both of these guns are really ammo efficient. Just juggle them around. If you need to hit something at range, Para can absolutely do that. And headers are really good against dozers and other bulky targets. This is the LMG DPS build for muscle. This one is really tricky to use, so I recommend using some other muscle build if you are into that. This one has the standard uppers build up with painkillers, stable shot aced and rifleman aced, which gives you 16 accuracy when standing still and 16 accuracy when moving. So both of them combined gives you 16 accuracy while you are playing the game, which is really helpful when you are not silencing your guns. Standard build up for shotgun and bullseye, a single point on scavenger, hardware expert basic, really nice time saver, steady grip, surefire, lock and load, and body expertise all aced. A single point on duck and cover in order to get a little bit more mobility. Optical illusions, high value target, and unseen strike aced. Unseen strike aced gives you a huge increase in DPS, so don't skip it. There is no 9 lives. This KSP is modded with competitor's compensator, long barrel, lion bipod, stability boost, lead combo, and solid stock. I am using Spec Ops as a secondary, but you can use any other SMG you like. I like to use this one because it looks like an actual sidearm, which is a theme you will end up seeing it for a while, I guess. This one is modded with tactical compensator, accuracy boost, military laser module, but you can use lead combo if you want to, extended magazine, see more sight, which looks really nice when you mod it for it. This is a custom mod which gives you some nice looking iron sights, but that's about it. You don't need to have it. And unfolded stock. Standard heavy ballistic vest for 70 armor in order to protect yourself from the lights, and first aid kits, concussion grenades, and buzzer in order to stop enemies in their tracks. Also, disclaimer, this build is really hard to use. Your armor will get suppressed a lot, you don't have any jokers, but at the same time it also deals a lot of damage. So if you can live without jokers and a somewhat slow health regeneration, it's a good build. So this is a muscle Joker build. This one used to be different. This one used to be an AR build, but I had to change it. So this one also has standard uppers inspire painkiller setup, double jokers because why not? Overkill aced because we really want to see the world burn. Die Hard basic in order to get extra 20 armor on our ballistic vests. Bullseye basic. Hardware expert. Steady grip ace in order to up the weapon handling a little bit. Duck and cover basic for sweet mobility. Inner pockets basic in order to get that little bit more concealment. Second wind optical illusions and low blow. And there's nothing here. This one uses an izhma shotgun. Izhma shotgun is modded with Dragon's Breath ammunition, short barrel, Donald's horizontal leveler, concealment boost, auto fire, hollow handle, no gadgets, AK rubber grip, no sight, and skeletal stock. Secondary is a Mark 10. You can use any other SMG as long as you can fit it. The reason why I like to use it is because this SMG looks like an actual sidearm, which I really like. This one is modded with tactical compensator, accuracy boost, a micro laser, speed pool mag, -1 side of your choice. I also should put some really nice looking iron sights on it. There we go. And skeletal stock. I'm using LBV this time, but armor is 70, so it shouldn't matter. First aid kits, electric brass knuckles, and concussion grenades as a standard. This is likely the strongest muscle build that I show you yet. Stunning is immense, and overkill ace combined with SMG can dish out a lot of damage against dozers, groups, as well as snipers. This is a muscle build, again. This one doesn't even bother with the Inspire, but still goes with the double Joker setup. Stable shot ace and rifleman ace in order to get that 16 stability. Resilience, Die Hard basic, Shock and Awe basic, Bullseye basic, Shock and Awe aced. This is also standard. Scavenger basic. Hardware expert basic in order to save a little bit more time. Steady grip aced, Surefire aced, Lock and Load aced, and Body expertise aced, which gives you more than enough utility and damage potential for our boss saw. Duck and cover basic. Second wind, optical illusions aced, high value target aced, and unseen strike. And nothing on the fugitive once again. The reason why I don't use fire control is because it fucks with my muscle memory. I ADS a lot in this game or any game I play. So if you don't want to do this atrocity, you can drop these points and get this, which will save you 3 points, but I don't care about that 3 points. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Primary is a boss saw. Boss saw is modded with light barrel. Competitor's compensator. Line bipod. Stability boost. And lat combo. Secondary is a 5.7, but you can just as well use a SMG for it. I like 5.7 because it is a pistol, and you can shoot and you can kill captain with it, and wallbang dozers with it if you really want to. Thin threaded barrel, flash hider in order to get the next breakpoint, accuracy boost, Medved R4 laser sight, extended magazine, and pistol red dot sight. I'm using heavy ballistic vest in order to get that light breakpoint. Deployable this time is an ammo bag or anything your team needs. Buzzsaw doesn't really need ammo bags to function, but you know, it can be nice to have. If a heist that has like SWAT van turrets, you can switch to an ECM as well. Or if you are playing something like a stealing Xmas, you can also bring trip mines in order to open doors and safes. I'm just gonna keep it for the ammo bag for the time being. Concussion grenades, as well as buzzer. You know, pretty standard. Armor bootleg. This one is going to be interesting. Once again, I did this, but you know, you can use fire control aced in favor of saving some points. I just really like this setup. Resilience aced, die hard basic in order to get that one revive you really need to get. Shock and awe aced, bullseye basic, and Iron Man aced. Steady grip, surefire, lock and load, body expertise all aced. This is enough to give your guns just enough of a push. Standard mobility skills for ICTV. Second wind and optical illusions basic, this is pretty much standard, as well as professional, high value target and unseen strike aced. This is for DPS and our guns. And Berserker. The primary is bootleg, but you can switch to a KSP if you really want to. I just picked bootleg because it looks stupid and I like it. Barrel is an AML barrel, not like you have any other option. KS12 long silencer, accuracy boost. Lead combo, rubber grip, speculator sight, and Warthorn stock. Secondary is a newly buffed Uzi. The reason why I use Uzi is because it looks like an actual sight. You can use any other high damage or medium damage SMG if you want. I'm just gonna stick with Uzi. The bigger the better suppressor, accuracy boost, tactical foregrip, lead combo, speculator sight, and ergonomic stock. Once again, armor ICTV setup, and Zerk's method for it is really easy. I have armor bag in this setup, but you can just as easily switch to an ECM jammer or trip mine depending on the map. This another armor Zerk setup. This one has Inspire though. Standard Doctor Bags Inspire build-up, Stable Shot Basic, Standard ICTV build-up for automatic weapons, Scavenger Basic, Hardware Expert Basic in order to save time on those drills, Steady Grip Aced, Surefire Aced, and Lock and Load Basic. You know, pretty standard stuff. Duck and Cover and Parkour, which is standard movement skills for ICTV. Second Wind Optical Illusions Basic, Professional, High Value Target Aced in order to build up the Unseen Strike, which I got the basic. Equilibrium Aced in order to get a bit of a push to our secondary. 9 Lives. Martial Arts Bloodthirst and Berserker. Zerk setup for this one is the exact same as the one previous, so you know you can consult to that if you want to. This KSP is modded with long barrel, the bigger the better suppressor, lion bipod, stability boost, lead combo, and solid stock. Secondary is a Angry Tiger revolver. There is no real reason to use this secondary. You can substitute a 5.7 if you really want to, and you can get like 96 accuracy with it too, which is like really nice. I just like this gun because, you know, it's a revolver. So this one has the long barrel, accuracy boost, Medved R4 laser sight, Rust custom wood grip, and no sight. Equipment is ICTV, as well as Doctor Bag, concussions, and an Ice Pick. You can use any other high damage melee you want, I just like Ice Pick. So on to the next one. This is an ICTV armor first aid kit setup. Standard quick fix uppers inspire setup. This one doesn't have painkillers, so be careful. Only reason I had to go for the quick fix ace is that I had to save that 2 points. A little bit more stability for an LMG. Standard ICTV build up. Scavenger basic. Hardware expert basic, steady grip, surefire aced, lock and load basic, and body expertise aced. You know, pretty standard KSP stuff. Standard mobility stuff for ICTV. Second with basic, optical illusions basic, pretty standard stuff. Professional, high value target, and unseen strike aced, all aced in order to get a huge DPS boost, and nothing in fugitive. This KSP is modded with long barrel, the bigger the better suppressor, line bipod, stability boost, lead combo, and solid stock. This time I am using a grenade launcher in order to spam at groups. This one is modified with a team boost, military laser module, and a sight of your choosing. ICTV, first aid kits, concussion grenades, and buzzer. I should have here's the important part. While it has inspire aced, it doesn't have painkillers. So whomever you are reviving may end up dying if you're not careful. So first things first, try to clean up the area beforehand. You have huge amount of DPS for it, but if you are not able to clean that up, throw a concussion grenade beforehand and then revive them. That will help your teammates actually get out of there alive. And this is a armor zerk sniper build. Painkillers aced, combat doctor and inspire, pretty standard doctor bag stuff. Stable shot aced, aggressive reload aced, ammo efficiency basic and grace. Another weird ICTV build up. Sniper rifles don't really benefit from Shakuno aced, and transporter aced is basically underrated. Yeah, I mean, it can be really helpful on very specific scenarios. You know, since I already have builds with diehard route, I choose to go away with this one. Get steady grip ace for some weapon handling, standard ICTV movement stop. Second with basic, optical illusions aced in order to get high value target aced, which will help out with our sniper rifle. 9 lives aced, and standard berserker stuff building with bloodthirst. The zerk method with this is also the same as the other armor setups, so no need to worry about that. ICTV, doctor bag, concussion grenade, as well as ice pick round up the build. The sniper rifle I use, and I used to use it before this gun was buffed to hell, is Lebensauger. Lebensauger is, I will probably butcher those names. Lebensauger is modified with Gedämpfkraft barrel, accuracy boost, lead combo, Lichtschar grip, -1 side of your choosing or any side you are fancy, and that's it. Secondary is a Tatanka. This gun is also buffed for no real reason. This gun is modified with the bigger the better suppressor, accuracy boost, auto fire, lead combo, AK plastic grip, and another custom modification that gives you really nice looking iron sights, even though you probably can't tell it from here. And you know, this is also not necessary, it doesn't give you any stat boost. ICTV, doctor bag, concussion grenades, and melee. With berserker you can one tap heavy units, and since you have high value target you can also one tap cloakers as well as tasers and medics at far distance, and Tatanka is really good for pushing back dozers. This one is a bit of a weird one, but it is just as viable. Stable Shot Basic in order to get a few more accuracy. Underdog Aced in order to get a bit more damage. Resilience Aced. Shakano Aced. Bullseye Basic, and Iron Man Basic. This time we are not using ICTV. I have Die Hard Basic in order to pull off some revives and interactions. Scavenger Basic, Bulletstorm Basic, and Extra Lead Basic. I already bring Scavenger, so spending 5 more points in order to bring a deployable for our team is not that bad of an idea. You can also use your own ammo bags as well, and if it is really helpful when you're pinned down. Hardware Expert Basic, Steady Grip Aced, Surefire Aced, Lock and Load Basic, and Body Expertise Aced. Duck and Cover Parkour Basic, which is necessary for heavy armor setups. Inner Pockets Basic in order to get a bit more concealment. Optical Illusions Aced, Professional Aced, and Low Blow Aced in order to get crits with our CTV, no less. 9 Lives Aced, Bloodthirst Basic, Pumping Iron Aced, Berserker Aced, and Frenzy Aced. Our armor of choice is Combined Tactical Vest this time. On an armor build with CTV, Iron Man Basic and Frenzy Aced combined gives you 2-shot armor, as well as ability to tank snipers with relative ease. And CTV is much more concealable than a typical ICTV, which you can see here, which lets you get low blow crits. And low blow is basically always active, so it's almost always worth bringing up. This Carrefour will take you a really long time to put together if you haven't done the achievements. And the mods I use with this is Short Barrel, the bigger the better suppressor, Accuracy Boost, Emo Foregrip, Titanium Skeletal Grip, Thrust Lower Receiver, Speeple Mag, and a custom sight that just removes your stability, which is identical to Compact Profile sight that is also already in the game. I use a modded sight for that because this sight just looks ugly. Like, this is garbage. I don't like using this. 45-degree iron sights in order to get that bit more concealability. Folding stock, LV upper receiver. Those are a lot of different mods, so good luck putting it together. Secondary is a header SMG. Header is modded with Medbed R4 suppressor, a concealment boost, micro laser, speed pool mag, the same modded sight that gives no tactical advantage aside from sight, and unfolded stock. This time we specifically spec for basic ammo bags, 2 of them, which can help you a lot, as well as your team. Concussion grenades in order to push objectives and revives, and ice pick in order to melee dozers, or whatever is in front of you. The guns are really accurate, as well as have fast reload, so you shouldn't have problems with dealing with damage, so it's a really nice build. It seems kinda gimmicky, it may get you kicked, but it's a very powerful build that I hope you try. We get to the Rogue. Rogue is probably one of my favorite perk decks to play. This one is a sniper build. Standard Painkillers Uppers, Inspire, Dr. Bag Inspire config. Standard 2 Joker config. Standard Desert Fox Grace build-up. Basic Bullseye build-up with Die Hard Basic. Scavenger Aced. Hardware Aced. Steady Grip Aced. Duck and Cover Aced. Second Wind, Optical Illusions, and Low Blow Aced. And 9 lives. The Desert Fox is a 500 sniper. And in order to get the maximum accuracy out of this thing, you need the ADS. Because of this skill specifically. Marksman Ace gives you bonus accuracy when aiming down sights, which translates to basically laser accurate with Desert Fox. Desert Fox has a silence barrel, concealment boost, speculator sight, and 45-degree iron sights. As a secondary, I'm bringing Mark 10 because it actually looks like an actual sidearm, once again. Barrel is the bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, micro laser, and speedful mag. Once again, first aid kits, put them near you, put them under, grab jokers. It's a pretty typical sniper setup. Desert Fox has the ability to one-shot everything besides a dozer as well as some bosses. So, you know, aim well. Let's just put it that way. This is a rogue shotgun build with sneaky bastard this time. Standard painkillers, uppers, and inspire setup. Standard double joker setup. Stable shot basic in order to get a bit more stability. Shotgun CQB close by and overkill basic in order to buff our damage with our shotguns. Standard bullseye build up with die hard basic. Hardware expert basic in order to get a bit more in order to save a bit more time. No steady grip this time because we are using shotguns. It doesn't really matter. Duck and cover aced, parkour basic, inner pockets basic, shockproof aced, as well as sneaky bastard basic. Since we are using a dragon's breath shotgun, dire need doesn't really provide that much utility. So you know, you can switch this around if you want to. But I'm just gonna keep my shockproof. Menus are really glitchy. Second with basic, optical illusions and low blow basic, and 9 lives to round this build up. The primary is a izhma 12 gauge shotgun, modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, short barrel, Donald's horizontal leveler, concealment boost, auto fire, hollow handle, micro laser, AK rubber grip, and skeletal stock. Secondary is a clear 12 gauge shotgun modded with flechette rounds, sub-off barrel, concealment boost, as well as Deadman stock. First aid kits, buzzer, and concussion grenades to round this one up. Usage is pretty simple, just spam the izhma 12 gauge, swap the Claire in order to deal with snipers as well as slowly deal with dozers. This build somewhat struggles with the dozers, but you know, Dragon's Breath should, you know, provide enough utility in order to, you know, make it out alive. This one is to provide ammo for the team because it's typical rifle as well as 5.7 is usually ammo efficient enough unless you get like 1,000 dozers in like first 5 minutes, which can happen. So you know, ammo bags still kind of helpful, but the main purpose of this build is to bring ammo bags for the team. Standard single joker setup. We need to save points for something else. Stable shot basic. Standard bullseye build up with die hard. Bullet storm extra late aced for fully loaded basic. Steady grip surefire aced. Lock and load basic as well as body expertise aced. Typical automatic rifle build up. Duck and cover aced. Parkour basic. Inner pockets basic. Dire need aced. As well as sneaky bastard basic in order to get that bit more dodge, which can help us a lot. Second with basic, optical illusions aced, professional aced, and low blow basic in order to get a slight bit of DPS and accuracy boost. And nothing on fugitive. Primary is a Tempest 21, modded with bigger the better suppressor, a concealment boost, auto fire, and car quad stack mag. You can swap this out to a speed pool mag, and then you know, bring a different secondary if you want to, or bring entirely a different rifle. I just like quad stack mag. Speculator sight, 45-degree iron sights in order to get that bit more extra concealment. Secondary is a 5.7. 5.7 is modded with thin traded barrel, standard issue suppressor, concealment boost, Batman R4 laser sight, extended magazine, and so-called reflex microsight. Equipment is ammo bag, just drop it somewhere your teammates can reach, and you can use it yourself once you run dry. Concussion grenades for objectives and revives, and buzzer in order to in order to shock the cops. Once again, it is pretty standard, typical rogue build with ammo packs this time. Rogue LMG painkillers, oh nice. This is one of the oldest death sentence builds that I made. I think this build itself is like 4 years old now. Yeah, it should be 4 years old. Anyways, standard painkillers, uppers, and Inspire Ace with quick fix basic, pretty standard stuff. This time I go all in with the Joker and converting skills. Stable shot basic in order to get a bit more stability. Standard bullseye build up with diehard basic, scavenger basic, steady grip ace and lock and load basic. This time we don't have surefire because rogues sometimes can get away with it. Duck and cover ace and parkour basic in order to get a bit more dodge and mobility. Second wind basic and optical illusions basic, pretty standard stuff. The professional ace, high value target ace and unseen strike ace in order to boost our weapon damage as well as accuracy. Equilibrium basic in order to swap to our pistol a little bit more faster, and 9 lives aced. This build uses a KSP58 modded with long barrel, the bigger the better suppressor, the lying bipod, stability boost, lead combo, and solid stock. This build also uses 5.7 as a secondary. This one is modded with thin threaded barrel, jungle ninja suppressor, accuracy boost, Madbad R4 laser sight, extended magazine, and pistol red dot sight. This build is somewhat straightforward. It has ton of DPS, but it also doesn't have body expertise ace, so you kinda have to aim for the head. But if you can aim for the head, this build is kinda amazing. It has like ton of damage potential simply because the unseen strike ace backing the LMG up. It is a really fun build. I totally recommend this one. Rogue pistol build. This is more of a gimmick than anything. Pistols are really powerful, don't get me wrong, but they are not easy to use at all. Standard uppers ace build with quick fix basic. This time we don't have inspire. Standard double joker setup. Stable shot basic. Standard bullseye setup. Scavenger basic. Surefire ace in order to not waste our ammo into body armor with our precious revolver. Duck and cover aced, parkour basic, inner pockets basic, dire need aced, and sneaky bastard basic in order to get a bit more survivability as well as combat efficiency with dire need. Second wind optical illusions and low blow basic. Equilibrium aced, gun nod aced, and desperado aced in order to help out with our revolvers, reload speed, accuracy, and rate of fire. Trigger happy basic in order to get some meaty 120% damage boost, which helps greatly against dozers. And bloodthirst aced in order to help out with the reload of our GL40 as well as Bronco. For primary, this build uses GL40. Grenade launchers in this game can be easily spammable into choke points. They are basically ammo efficient and they're a perfect companion for many different builds. This one uses pirate barrel, concealment boost, and sawed-off stock. As our secondary primary, we are using a Bronco modded with hurricane compensator, a +3 concealment boost, scope mount, ergo wooden grip, speculator sight, no slide or barrel, and slimline body. First aid kits and ice pick. Ice pick is my melee of choice. And plus, bloodthirst aced combined with grenade launchers can be extremely powerful, so abuse it when you see the opportunity. Right now we are here for the Crook. Crook is a funny deck. you get a 2-shot armor for heavy swats and some dodge, and that's basically it. It's incredibly expensive. There is no real reason to use Crook, but I kinda like using it from time to time, so I have builds for it, as usual. Stable shot, marksman aced, aggressive reload aced, and grace aced in order to help with our primary. Resilience aced and die hard aced. Shakano basic, bullseye basic, and Iron Man basic in order to put our armor up a little bit. Scavenger basic, steady grip aced. This weird abomination of a ghost tree. You can also take this skill out and put it somewhere else, but I kinda wanna have that extra bit of mobility with this build. Duck and cover aced, inner pockets aced, parkour basic, dire knit basic, shockproof basic, and sneaky bastard aced. Second wind, optical illusions, and low blow aced. Martial arts, bloodthirst aced, berserker aced, and frenzy aced. On Crook, frenzy aced combined with die hard aced and Iron Man basic gives you 2-shot armor. Zerk method for this is incredibly simple. Our armor choices: heavy ballistic vest. You can use an ammo bag with this one. Can grab my melee of choices, once again ice pick. And yeah, it is a pretty typical Zerk sniper setup. Sniper itself uses Tico barrel, concealment boost, lightweight foregrip, compact laser module, a -1 side of your choosing. This one is modded and it looks nice, I like it. And lightweight stock. My secondary is a Mark 10 because it looks like an actual pistol. Stubby compensator, stability boost, compact laser module, speed pool mag, and skeletal stock. And yeah, build itself is pretty straightforward. Sniper rifle can delete groups with ease, as you can swap to your Mark 10 in order to deal with that dozer in conjunction with your melee weapon. This is basically the same idea, but it uses shotguns instead. There's no point in Mastermind. Underdog basic, shotgun CQB, shotgun impact, close by aced, and overkill basic in order to buff up our shotgun damage. Standard Crook build up with resilience aced, die hard aced, shotgun basic, bullseye basic, and Iron Man aced. Scavenger basic, there's nothing in the technician again. Duck and cover aced, parkour basic, inner pockets basic, dire need aced, as well as sneaky bastard aced. Second wind basic, optical illusions, and low blow. 9 lives. I have 9 lives this time because I can afford it. Shotgun is ever so slightly cheaper to build. Bloodthirst aced, berserker aced, and frenzy aced, as always. Breakpoints is the same, Zerk method is the same, so I'm just gonna move into the weapons. Primary is a izhma 12 gauge, modded with flechette rounds. Short barrel, Donald's horizontal leveler, stability boost, auto fire, hollow handle, a compact laser module, AK rubber grip, no sight, as well as skeletal stock. The secondary is the one and only Judge. The Judge itself is modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, Donald's horizontal leveler, concealment boost, and a laser. Zerk method is the same, and deployable is also up to you depending on the map. Also, flechette is better than buckshot, simply because flechette itself gives you 20-meter range, while the buckshot is 8 meters, which is like unusable. So yeah, stick to flechette. If you have like 80% or over zerk, it is better than buckshot anyway, so there's no loss here. Another Crook build, but this time it's ARs instead. Nothing in the mastermind, I couldn't afford it. Resilience basic, diehard aced, shock and awe aced this time, because we will be using 2 different weapons, both of them can knock out shields at all. Bullseye basic and Iron Man basic. Standard automatic rifle build-up. Duck and cover aced, inner pockets aced, shockproof basic, dire knit basic, and sneaky bastard basic. Optical illusions aced, professional aced, and basic low blow, which is meant to help with our damage as well as accuracy, as well as helping us reduce the concealment. 9 lives aced, Bloodthirst, Berserker, and Frenzy. The breakpoints are the same, Zerk method is the same, as well as equipment choice is also up to you, depending on the map, that is. I have the same melee weapon, so I will just go into the weapons instead. This Car 4 is modded with short barrel, the bigger the better suppressor, accuracy boost, auto fire, emo foregrip, titanium skeletal grip, thrust lower receiver, speed pull mag, that custom sight that I use that reduces your stability. The vanilla counterpart is this ugly thing, and I refuse to use this one. This is just ugly. So yeah. And 45-degree iron sights. Secondary is a header. Header is modded with MedFed R4 suppressor, a concealment boost, a compact laser module, speed pull mag, as well as that same sight that only cuts your stability a little bit. And yeah, unfolded stock. Build is quite straightforward. This one feels a little bit more squishy for no real reason, probably because of the fact that ARs itself is not that powerful compared to a flechette shotgun or sniper setup. So yeah, the playstyle is basically the same regardless. This is a Sociopath build, revolved around explosives. This one can be fun, but also can be quite cancerous to play. All depends on the team. If you end up like cornered with a bunch of dozers, this build can somewhat suffer, but otherwise you are basically unstoppable simply because you are using a commando rocket launcher. Standard Inspire Ace to upper setup. You should be cleaning the map regardless, so painkillers are not that useful. If you still want to get the painkillers in order to help out your team, you can drop the second Joker in favor of that. No points on stable shots, just the ammo. Jack of all trades, steady grip haste and lock and load basic so we can run around. standard mobility skills, standard optical illusion skill, 9 lives aced, bloodthirst aced in order to help out with our reload, as well as ability to deal with dozers, pumping iron aced in order to help with dozers as well. So yeah, the way you play this build is quite straightforward. Park yourself to somewhere with an ammo bag and just spam the fuck out of the commando. And you know, it should be an easy win. The primary itself is somewhat different. I'm using a piglet modded with X1A tactical zapper, team boost, military laser module, a speculator sight, and 2-piece stock. Most of them are for cosmetics, aside from the ammunition. There's a quick tactic you can do in order to reload. In order to reload Piglet faster, you can just tase yourself with shock grenades in order to fill up the magazine instantly. So yeah, you know, keep that in mind. Also, do this tasing yourself thing in a safe space, because you won't be able to move for like 4 seconds, which can get you killed. Katana, because you know it's awesome. Concussions for you know objectives and stuff, as well as getting out from situations. You know, it's the standard. Ammo bags as a primary and first aid kits as a secondary. And my socio sniper build. This time I have painkillers because you know it's pretty much the meta at this point. Uppers aced in order to keep ourselves healthy this time. Inspire aced. Stable shot, aggressive reload, ammo efficiency, and grace, standard grace building setup. This weird abomination of a ICTV setup. The reason why I gone with the bullseye ace this time is because with Socio's armor gating, you know, combined with bullseye, can save you from a light shot. So yeah, it is a good investment in my opinion. Plus, Shakanov doesn't do much in a sniper build. Steady grip aced, duck and cover basic, parkour basic. This build up for high value target, which gives you extra damage at range with our 255 sniper. 9 lives aced, bloodthirst basic in order to get those stacks against dozers, and pumping iron. The primary of my choosing is a rattlesnake, but you can use any other 255 sniper of your choosing. I just like this gun because, you know, it looks so nice. Yeah, I haven't been seeing this gun on a higher resolution for a while. I feel oddly nostalgic. Anyway, this one is modded with long barrel, total ammo, lead combo, a box body sight, which is, you know, I don't know, I just love this sight. You can swap to anything else, but I like the field of view this sight provides, as well as the zoom. You know, it's really nice. And no stock. Secondary is Tatanka. Dozers are usually spawn in pairs, so after you kill that one dozer, you may need some extra 5 power to take out the second one. I use Tatanka for this, my go-to high damage SMG, but you can use a CR or Krinko, just do what you want. This one is modded with the bigger the better suppressor, accuracy boost, auto fire, lead combo, AK plastic grip, speculator sight, and you know that modded night sight iron sight thingy, you don't need it. Concussion grenades in order to push objectives, first aid kits to keep ourselves healthy, and katana in order to 2-shot dozers. It's pretty standard socio stuff. This time we are going for ex-president. Standard painkillers uppers aced setup for inspire build-up. I mean, you should have seen the pattern already. Stable shot basic in order to get a better handling on our guns. Shotgun CQB, close by aced, and overkill ace in order to combo it with our secondary. This build up for bullseye, which is like, you should see the pattern by this point. Scavenger basic, steady grip aced, duck and cover aced, parkour basic, inner pockets basic, dire need, as well as sneaky bastard. You can swap dire need to shockproof if you want to. I don't know why I bring dire need with this. I'm using a Dragon's Breath shotgun, but it doesn't matter. Second wind, optical illusions professional aced, low blow basic and unseen strike aced this time. Stacking crits in this game can lead to some really dumb results, and if you end up trying this build, you will understand why. And 9 lives aced. Ex-President is actually a quite a powerful protect. I say it's almost underrated. The primary I'm using is a izhma 12 gauge shotgun modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, short handle, concealment boost, auto fire, hollow handle, AK rubber grip, and skeletal stock. The secondary of my choice is a header. Header is built with bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, compact laser module, speed pool mag, as well as unfolded stock. Dragon's Breath shotguns combined with low blow and unseen strike ace is just so horribly overpowered that I usually don't use these builds a lot. Even I kind of feel bad about it when I use something like this on a Dragon's Breath shotgun. When these two skills just work together, when you use a Dragon's Breath shotgun, you end up one-shotting basically everything. Only like tasers and medics can survive, and dozers just die to a header since you have overkill aced anyway. It is a really powerful setup, and if you want to get into ex-president for something, it may work out for you. This is also an ex-president setup, but this time built for akimbo SMGs. I got a single upgraded Joker. Joker aced is good for not wasting time during a conversion. Stable shot basic. This standard bullseye basic build-up. Get some ammo in order to abuse akimbo SMGs a lot more. Hardware expert basic, steady grip aced, surefire, lock and load, body expertise. I think you should see the pattern here if you are end up watching this for this amount of time. Dire need aced and sneaky bastard basic build up. Standard low blow, optical illusions and professional setup for automatic weapons. Mostly automatic weapons. Akimbo aced in order to get a lot more ammo to our akimbo SMG, and 9 lives. This time, as my akimbo SMG of choice, I use paras. Paras are buffed. They buff the damage. They work really well. There's no reason not to use them at this point. This one is modded with the medium barrel. The bigger the better suppressor. Accuracy boost. Auto fire. Aftermarket shorty. Compact laser module. Titanium skeletal grip. Thrust low receiver, speed pool mag. This is also a night sight. It doesn't give you any stat boosts, and this is a modded item. Every mod that I use is also in my description, so just take that. LV upper receiver in order to get a little bit more accuracy and stability. Secondary is a 5.7. It is modded with thin threaded barrel, standard issue suppressor, concealment boost, red bud R4 laser sight, extended magazine, and pistol red dot sight. Ammo bag, we are using ammo bags this time. The build is really powerful and it is quite straightforward. Just kill stuff with paras and use ammo bags. And that's it. Also swap to 5-7 if you want to wallbang or deal with a shield. It's incredibly straightforward and really spammy, really high DPS build. And you shouldn't have much trouble with it. Okay, we're at the Maniac now. Maniac is kinda underrated and maybe you will end up using it. So yeah, here it goes. You should see the pattern right now. You should see the pattern right now. Stable shot. You should see the pattern right now. Standard bullseye basic build up. You should see the pattern right now. Hardware expert basic. Steady grip ace in order to get a bit more weapon handling. Standard movement stuff. Standard low blow. And 9 lives. I also have a Dragon's Breath Grim on this setup. This one is modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, Donald's horizontal leveler, concealment boost, auto fire, little brother foregrip, as well as a laser, and that's it. I am also using a cavity. Cavity is modded with the bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, speculator sight, and 45-degree iron sights. Build is quite straightforward. Just spam the grims. Just spam the grim. DB grim. Build your stacks. If you build enough stacks, you also get a light protection for your armor. And it's quite straightforward. Swap to cavity for snipers and dozers. And it's GG. This is the 3-hit Maniac build with ICTV and stuff. Combat Medic basic, which gives you some damage reduction when you pull off a revive, which can be helpful, but at the same time this is a throwaway point. You can put this to basically anywhere and it wouldn't matter. Oh my god, menu is glitching. Why is it glitching? Anyways, Rifleman aced and Stable Shot aced. You don't need to do this terribleness, you can just take Fire Control aced. But I just like doing this so that I can ADS without having to cock myself. Underdog aced in order to get that damage reduction. Resilience aced, Shock and Awe aced, Bullseye basic and Die Hard basic for Iron Man build-up. Getting a few ammo bags because they are really cheap to get. Hardware expert basic, Steady grip aced, Surefire aced, Lock and Load basic and body expertise. Duck and cover, parkour, you should see the pattern right now. Second wind and optical illusions, you should see the pattern right now, and as well as get ourselves some extra stability and accuracy. Bloodthirst aced, Berserker aced, and Frenzy aced in order to get a bit more reductions. Zerk method on this is pretty funky. The commando's entire reasoning to exist in this build is to, zerk you. Yeah. This zerk method doesn't work on every single surface, so, it's a good chance that you may end up killing yourself. But, it is always funny when people see you use zerk with a fucking rocket launcher. So yeah. ICTV and ammo bags. Primary weapon is a Brenner this time. The Brenner is modded with long barrel, the bigger the better suppressor, a lion bipod, stability boost, lead combo, and ergo grip. Not much to say, it is a LMG and you have more than enough accuracy, so, make good use out of it. This is one of those builds that I already shared up, and we are at the Anarchist right now. Standard Doctor Back build up, you should see the pattern right now. I got this double Joker setup, but this 4 points is redundant. You can put it to basically anywhere you want. I just prefer it here. Getting a bit of weapon handling. Standard overkill aced Dragon's Breath setup. Die Hard basic, Transporter basic, and Bullseye aced. Bullseye aced is really good for building armor. Hardware expert basic, steady grip basic in order to get better handling. Duck and cover, parkour, inner pockets all basic. Build up to low blow aced. And 9 lives. I am using another izhma 12 gauge shotgun. I told you I don't have much variety in my weapon choice, so yeah, I already warned you about it. This one is modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, short barrel, Donald's horizontal leveler, stability boost, auto fire, hollow handle, compact laser module, AK rubber grip, a custom -1 sight. You can use another -1 sight if you really want to. Skeletal stock. My secondary of choice is another Tatanka. It is just a really good gun, and since no one used it, Overkill ended up accidentally buffing it. So it is even better now, so, do whatever with it. This one is modded with bigger the better suppressor, accuracy boost, lead combo, AK rubber grip, a speculator sight, and that's it. Build is incredibly straightforward, just spam the Dragon's Breath izhma and swap the Tatanka for snipers as well as dozers. It is incredibly powerful. I don't think I need to explain why. It is a Dragon's Breath shotgun with an Anarchist, so you should be able to make the connection. This is my Anarchist saw build for utility purposes. I have Stable Shot basic, Underdog basic, Shotgun and Bullseye aced in order to build for Iron Man basic, Bulletstorm basic and Extra Lead basic in order to feather both saw as well as the other gun that we're supposed to defend ourselves. Steady grip aced, surefire aced, lock and load aced, and body expertise aced in order to have an easier time dealing with the spawns. Duck and cover basic, parkour basic, standard mobility stuff, but you can also do this if you want to. Second wind basic in order to reach the other stuff. Optical illusions aced, professional aced, and low blow all aced. Bloodthirst, berserker, frenzy all aced in order to get that sweet reductions. My armor of choice is a 2-piece suit, and I am using a primary saw. The saw is modded with a concealment boost, fast modder, as well as durable blade. My actual primary, the gun that I'm using in order to defend myself, is an Compact 5. I just like this gun aesthetically, so I'm using it. The bigger the better suppressor, accuracy boost, auto fire, Sayer Curse barrel, no gadget, straight magazine because they gave it like plus 15 damage. A speculator sight, as well as rim to magnifier gadget, which is on the gadget section. I have the mod that separates them, and adjustable stock in order to get that bit more concealability. I mean, it is a saw build. You are meant to open up like doors and stuff for your team, and your team is also supposed to back you up a little bit more. You can easily swap things around for an LMG primary and a saw secondary, but I like Compact 5, so I'm just gonna use it. This one doesn't even have a zerk method, so yeah, just don't die with it, I guess. Oh yeah, the microgun. I think most of these DPS monkeys will end up liking this. So I also like it as well. So let's get started. Stable shot aced, rifleman aced in order to get a bit more accuracy for our microgun. This Shakano aced and bullseye aced build up in order to get the Iron Man basic. Scavenger basic, Bulletstorm basic, and extra light basic in order to fat the microgun up. I don't find microgun that ammo efficient, so it is just nice to have. Steady grip aced, fire control basic, surefire aced, lock and load basic, and body expertise aced, which just helps you actually use the microgun. Even with all the accuracy boost, it is still kind of inaccurate. It is nice to have. Duck and cover basic, parkour basic, inner pockets basic, second wind basic, up to collisions aced and low blow aced in order to get those sweet crits. Bloodthirst aced, berserker aced, and frenzy aced to round up the build. Microgun is modded with a concealment boost, compact laser module, excess barrel for that sweet concealability. You can also use the excess heatsink barrel. I just like this one more because of aesthetics. It doesn't really matter that much, so yeah, just use whatever you feel like it. Secondary is a 34 concealment Shimano compact. You can also use Gruber or Bernetti 9. The reason why I'm using Shimano compact is that it looks stupid and I like it. This one is modded with Medved R4 suppressor, a +3 concealment boost, Medved R4 laser sight, striking body kit, striking mag, so-called reflex sight, and striking slide. Frag grenades for zerking and zerk method for this one is kind of funky. You kind of have to wait, you have to get your armor shot by enemies, and throw the grenade on your feet once you regenerate 3 armor ticks. Once the grenade blows up, you will have 4 armor ticks, which is like enough to give you like 100 zerk. It is really stupid, but we are bringing ammo bags as a deployable, so we kind of need an alternative zerk method. You can also use molotovs, but honestly, frag grenade is for more chatter, so use that. Anyways, the Anarchist sniper. I am not even sure if I share this with you. Double jokers, because why not? We are already using Lebensager. Stable shot aced, aggressive reload aced, ammo efficiency basic, and grace aced. Resilience aced, diehard basic, transporter basic, bullseye aced, and Iron Man basic in order to build this up. Scavenger basic, hardware expert basic, steady grip aced, get some crits, get some concealability, 9 lives, bloodthirst, berserker, frenzy. This one is actually using a tripmine zerk setup, which is really easy to execute. Just get your armor shot by enemies, go take cover somewhere safe, and blow up the tripmine once you have like 1 tick armor regenerated, and you will have 100 zerk. Lebensager this time is modded with Gedamscher barrel, the accuracy boost, subtler grip, a -1 side of your choosing, this one is modded, and 45-degree iron sights. My secondary of choosing is Mark 10, once again. This one is modded with a stubby compensator, concealment boost, Skeldo stock, speed pull mag, as well as a micro laser. Melee is ice pick, concussion grenades, and that's the build. It's incredibly out of ammo. I don't think it has any downsides for using it at all. It's incredibly strong. There is no real reason not to use this one. So yeah, Anarchist DMR. This is more of a gimmick than the other Anarchist builds, but it still works fine. Stable shot, rifleman, and ammo efficiency aced in order to keep your ammo reserves high. Resilience basic, diehard basic, shotgun bullseye aced in order to build for Iron Man basic. Get ourselves some ammo bags in order to provide for our team as well as our DMR. Steady grip aced, surefire aced, lock and load basic. Basic mobility skills. Basic low blow setup. 9 lives, bloodthirst aced, berserker aced, and frenzy aced. This time I'm using an M308, but you can easily use a cavity if you really want to. This one is modded with a bigger the better suppressor, a stability boost, scope mount, lead combo, a -1 sight. This time I'm using speculator. This is also a side illumination mod. Once again, it's on my mod pack. Just download that if you want to. And B-Team Stag for that absurd concealment bonus as well as ammo. The secondary, once again, Mark 10, because I really like Mark 10. This one is modded with a bigger the better suppressor, an accuracy boost, micro laser, and speed pool magazine. I have the same frag grenade zerk, ammo bags, as well as ice pick. Okay, this one is, yeah, it is a shotgun build, and I think you will I think most of the stolen fans will end up liking this one more. Let's see. Standard Dr. Bag Inspire build up, nothing out of ordinary, and you should see the pattern right now. Stable shot basic, buff our shotguns a little bit. Resilience ace, diehard basic, transporter basic, bullseye aced, and Iron Man basic. Nothing in the technician. Basic mobility skills, get ourselves some nice juicy concealment. Basic low blow setup. 9 lives aced, bloodthirst aced, berserker, and frenzy. This time the izhma I'm using is a flechette izhma, believe it or not. Flechette gives you 20 meter range instead of buckshot's 8, so if you have like 80% berserker, flechette is a better choice. This one is modded with a short barrel, Donald's horizontal leveler, concealment boost, auto fire, hollow handle, AK rubber grip, and skeletal stock. My secondary is a clear 12 gauge shotgun. This one is modded with a dragon's breath rounds, sawed off barrel, concealment boost, and dead man stock. Again, frag grenade zerk, but you can also substitute it for molotovs. Yeah, Dr. Bags this time. And since we also have painkillers, reviving isn't much of a challenge. Ice pick is also useful for knocking down the dozers, so just keep that in mind. This one is a specialized build made specifically to speedrun transport heists. Standard Doctor Bag skill build up, nothing out of ordinary. Stable shot basic. Just get just enough to make our self-defense option a bit more spammable. Resilience ace, diehard aced, transporter basic, bullseye aced, and Iron Man basic. This is one of the cheapest 2-shot setups you can get, and since it is for basically speedrunning the transport heist, I just don't want to deal with a joker. That's why I'm building for an LBV. Not to mention it is transport heists. They are boring. and you should just skip them as much as possible. Portable saw aced in order to sow the deposits on the transport heists. Jack of all trades aced, so we can bring both C4 in order to open up the trucks, as well as a doctor bag, because we will be going down. Duck and cover basic, parkour basic. This is pretty standard and you should get the memo right now. 9 lives aced, Swan Song aced, and Feign Death aced. Again, this build is entirely made for just lazily speedrunning the transport heists. And it has no other use, so, yeah. I am using a stakeout this time. I have Dragon's Breath rounds in this, long barrel, Donald's horizontal leveler, accuracy -4 accuracy boost, auto fire, lead combo, drum mag, and that's it. And I have a secondary saw. This saw has total ammo boost, fast motor, and durable blade. Primary equipment is a trip mine, and this is purely for the shape charges. 2 people with this build can open up 3 different trucks, which is good enough to get out of a transport heist in 5 minutes. So yeah, and also a secondary doctor bag. This is for also spamming. You can since you are expected to spend like 5 minutes in a transport heist, you can just spam these over and over with no real consequences. And I don't know why I have kunai, but I also have kunai. I guess this is a cool weapon. It doesn't matter at all. Now, we are at Kingpin. Since Kingpin is taken off the market, alternatively you can swap this build to a Leech. If you end up swapping this build for a Leech, take the Die Hard ace from it and swap it to suit. And it should be enough. Not much to say about it, it is incredibly powerful. Combat Doctor basic, Quick Fix basic. You should see the pattern right now. 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 This time I have Die Hard Ace in order to get a bit more armor for our lightweight ballistic vests, which gives us some light breakpoints, and that's about it. Scavenger basic. You should see the pattern right now. Inner pockets basic in order to get a few more concealment, so we can build our guns better. Basic low blow setup, nothing in fugitive. Once again, I am using Dragon's Breath izhma. Oh, who would have thought? Yeah, Dragon's Breath. This is built with a Dragon's Breath. Rounds, short barrel, Donald's horizontal leveler, concealment boost. Why I don't have this one, I have no idea. Okay. Hollow handle. No gadget, but you can use a laser. AK rubber grip, and skeletal stock. I am using it with a Mark 10. Mark 10 is built with tactical compensator, accuracy boost, micro laser, speed pull magazine, and skeletal stock. So yeah, you have 70 armor, which gives you light protection. You have first aid kits, you have a Dragon's Breath shotgun. It should be obvious how well you can make use out of this build. Okay, 255 Kingpin. With doctor bags this time. Standard doctor bag setup, but we don't have Inspire Ace this time. Standard double joker setup. Standard 255 sniper setup. Underdog basic. Die Hard Ace in order to make our LBV a little bit better. Hardware Expert basic. Steady grip ace. Inner pockets ace to conceal our LBV. Low blow ace and high value target ace in order to buff our damage with our sniper rifle. Nothing on fugitive. This time I'm using an R700. R700 is modded with a short barrel, concealment boost, a speculator sight, 45-degree iron sights, and a tactical stock. It doesn't really matter how you mod this gun as well, as long as you have 14 or 15 concealment, so keep that in mind. For secondary, I'm using a Mark 10, modded with a stubby compensator, concealment boost, and speed pull magazine. Secondary doesn't really matter. It's Kingpin. You can just inject and go run up to a dozer and just kill it with a SMG. So accuracy doesn't really matter that much. And yeah, that's it really. This would be much less efficient if you swap to a Leech, but you know, it is what it is. You have doctor bags. I think you should be able to make it work. The Kingpin explosive setup. I don't even remember the last time I used this one. Painkillers, uppers, inspire, you know the deal. This time we don't have quick fix because we do have jack of all trades, which makes it much less relevant. Standard double joker build up. You should see the pattern right now. Stable shot. Standard bullseye build up. Standard ammo bag build up. Jack of all trades. Get ourselves some extra accuracy. Optical illusions, high value target, unseen strike basic, and you know, you should get the memo. It's a commando, it's Kingpin, just kill everything, really. How you mod your primary doesn't really matter. I modded for automatic fire, just to get rid of dozers with the combination of unseen strike. And that's about it, really. Just pack yourself with ammo bags and commando and kill everything. Kill everything. I mean, that's about it. This build can get incredibly boring to play at times. I rarely use this build, but you know, it's incredibly strong, so might as well keep it around. Yeah, probably my favorite Kingpin setup. This time I don't have painkillers. You can easily swap the second Joker to painkiller setup. With Kingpin it is much less necessary painkillers, simply because you can inject, get near to whomever you are trying to revive, and you know, while you're injecting, most of the stuff will be shooting you instead. So you know, painkillers are much less necessary, but there are enough spare points in this build to get it if you want to. I just didn't care. Confident Ace, Joker, standard double Joker build up, standard 250i sniper build up, standard bullseye build up. Yeah, unseen strike ace, standard mobility stuff, 9 lies. It is really by the books, let's just put it that way. The rattlesnake I use is modded with a long barrel, accuracy boost, lead combo, box body sight, but you can use anything else you want, as well as no stock. I'm using an Uzi because it looks like an actual sidearm, but you can use any other high damage SMG you want. I'm using a tactical compensator, accuracy boost, auto fire, tactical foregrip, lead combo, speculator sight, ergonomic stock. I'm using a heavy ballistic vest in order to get some 70 armor, first aid kits, and yeah, it is a 250 sniper build with first aid kits. Just, you know, kill everything, really. Okay, another microgun build. Don't ask why I have 2 different microgun builds. I just like this gun. This gun is so stupid, I just like it. And that's about it. I have a single Joker. This weird abomination is not needed. You can just pick ace, fire control ace if you want to. I just like the way it looks, so. Die Hard aced, Shakuno aced, Bullseye basic, in order to get 70 armor without murdering our concealment. Get ourselves some basic ammo bags in order to sustain both ourselves and our team. Fire control basic, surefire aced, body expertise aced, lock and load basic. You know, this should be good enough for the microgun. Inner pockets aced this time. Optical illusions aced, low blow aced, unseen strike basic. Get ourselves some DPS, some concealability, and that's it. Secondary is a Gruber. You can use Shimano Compact or Bernetti 9 as well. You know, it doesn't really matter as long as you have 34 concealment. My Gruber is modded with Medvedar for suppressor, +3 concealment boost, Medvedar for laser sight, laser grip, and that's it. The microgun is modded with a concealment boost, a laser, and XS barrel. You can also use XS heatsink barrel, it doesn't matter. I have a lightweight ballistic vest and I am under 23 detection rate. This build is also pretty straightforward, just, you know, spray and pray with this thing. And, you know, inject and run up to dozers and kill them that way. It is Kingpin, so, you know. Also, I don't really recommend you to swap this build specifically into a Leech build. You may end up regretting it. Oh yeah, the Leech flamethrower. This used to be a Kingpin build, but you know, I found out that this works much better with Leech. And you know, who would have thought, I guess. Inspire basic, upper setup, double Joker setup standard, stable shot basic, underdog aced is needed, as well as quick fix, in order to tank a heavy zeal during ampule. Otherwise the heavy zeal will take 2 chunks of your health with Leech. Standard bullseye build up, scavenger, steady grip aced in order to build up lock and load basic, so we can just run around with our flamethrower. Get ourselves a bit of concealment. Built for this insane abomination of a DOT setup with low blow and unseen strike both aced. Get ourselves some pistol skills in order to, you know, deal with dozers basically. This time I'm using a Bernetti 9, modded for 34 concealment. This one is modded with a champion suppressor, +3 concealment boost, Medvedar for laser, ergonomic grip, custom titanium frame, marksman sight, the elite slide, and the flamethrower is modded with concealment boost and rare ammo thingy. Yeah, it is a spray and pray thingy. Also, flamethrowers doesn't penetrate targets unless you use a single mod on Mod Workshop, which I published. The code itself is written by C Pawns, so you know, yeah. I don't really recommend you to use a flamethrower without that mod, and that's about it. First aid kits, buzzer, you know, it's Leech. I think you should know. I think you should know by now how Leech works. It's basically a free win, majority of the situations. And I am only basically purposefully gimping this stupid fucking perk tag with a flamethrower. It is insanely powerful, so you know, you might as well grab some basically a joke weaponry. My one and only Sicario build. Standard uppers aced. We don't have Inspire on this. Standard Joker stuff. This one's single Joker. Aggressive reload, ammo efficiency, grace. Standard bullseye build up. You should see the pattern right now. Duck and cover aced, parkour basic. This abomination of a tree in order to get crits. And 9 lives. I am using a what was repeater, yeah. I'm using a repeater, but you can use any other 250i sniper your heart desires. I'm also using a Tatanka. The Tatanka itself is modded with the bigger the better suppressor, accuracy boost, lead combo, AK plastic grip, a sight of your choosing, and that's it. So yeah, it is a Sicario build. It's somewhat tricky, but you have a sniper rifle. So yeah, get yourself a Joker, abuse your first aid kits, kill stuff. And that's about it. Stoic hard carry setup. Yeah. I already showcased this specific setup for Kerkilt's guide thingy. Yeah. I will put a link in the description. I will put a link in the description for both the Kev's Steam guide and the video I made for it. I think that video alone should be should be a good enough proof how good this build is. I don't even remember the last time I used this build. It was probably for that guide, so it is insanely overpowered, and there's nothing I can add to it. And we are at the hacker right now. I have a lot of hacker builds, so you're gonna have to stick with me on this one. This is a AR build with this is an AR SMG combo made to abuse unseen strike ace. Standard uppers ace to inspire. Only reason I am getting quick fix ace on this setup is because I can't afford it. The points themselves are very thin for this setup. I get transporter basic for this one because I usually get die hard ace. I wanted to get a utility variety for this one for Shakuno. Steady grip, surefire ace, lock and load basic, body expertise ace. You should see the pattern right now. This one I normally never build like this, but I was short on points, and the reason why I'm short on points is that I wanna get both low blow and unseen strike ace for this setup. Low blow and unseen strike ace combined gives you some really meaty DPS capabilities, and there's no real reason to skip it. And nothing on fugitive. I am using Tempest 21 modded with a bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, auto fire, speed pool magazine, speculator sight, and 45-degree iron sights. I am using a Mark 10 as a secondary. This one is modded with a bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, auto fire, micro laser, and speed pool mag. This build is insanely high. This build has insanely high damage potential. Since as long as you have unseen strike ace active, you can just basically kill everything with just a few shots. So yeah, it also has good range overall. It is a good build, but you don't have painkillers. This tree could have been better if I had enough points, but it's not perfect, but I like using it. This one, however, I recommend more simply because wait, I don't have painkillers on this. Oh, I completely forgot about that. You can probably get painkillers by dropping this and this. Anyways, I won't be doing that. Quick fix aced, uppers aced, inspire, stable shot. This one I build it for like this. This is also another standard. You should see the pattern right now. Lock and load aced because we are using weaponry that doesn't have speed pool magazine. Get ourselves some DPS, some combat utility, sneaky bastard, and 9 lives. This time as a primary, I am using a Valkyrie. I have basically no attachments on this aside from an accuracy boost. a speculator sight, and a 45-degree iron sight. Secondary is a Tatanka. Tatanka is modded with a... Oh wait, we have Medved now. Medved suppressor, concealment boost, compact laser module, AK rubber grip, side illumination, which is like, you know, just add some illuminated iron sights. First aid kits, buzzer, you know, it is hacker, you just kill stuff. For medium to long range, use the Valkyrie. If everything gets up to your face, swap to Tatanka and, you know, kill everything. Tatanka is really good. Okay, this one is going to take like 10 minutes of explanation. And, you know, the title is a joke. I don't think this is the best hacker setup. It is somewhat of a gimmick, and I will try to explain it why. So yeah, standard upper setup. This weird abomination, because I wanted to get both damage reduction and back throwing thingy. I also have this thing, you know, lock and load aced. Duck and cover aced, parkour basic. This weird abomination because we need more DPS and nothing on fugitive. And weapons themselves are going to probably going to confuse you. This build is made to be used with all of these weapons as primaries and all of these as secondaries. So yeah. So I'm just gonna try to explain every single weapon I have here. So yeah, this Carrefour is modded for 172.2 damage, which is the breakpoint for body expertise aced, light one shot, and that's about it. I only use this because this thing has a grenade launcher. AK-17 modded for perfect stats, and you know, it is AK-17. Catch now because I paid for it, and it also has a grenade launcher. KSP 58, KSP because, you know, it is the best LMG. Bootleg because, you know, why not? JP 36. Stakeout 12 gauge modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, plus this also benefits from lock and load, so your points are not wasted. 2 different grenade launchers to pair with the secondary SMGs. So, the normal status quo will be something like this. The only reason I am using these SMGs is that they look like sidearms, and you know, that's about it. You can use any other similar SMG for the similar purpose. So if you're on standard, if you are joining a game, you can use something standard as KSP and a Uzi or any other high damage SMG of your choosing, which gives you both enough DPS and range to deal with basically anything, but you won't be having any extra utility. If your entire team using Anarchist with molotovs or zerking, you can bring Arbiter modded with zapper grenades, which you can use it as a flashbang substitute. Using something like this will require you to bring a KSP 58, bootleg, or JP 36 because they have the highest ammo efficiency in order to, you know, deal damage at a consistent pace. Let's see. You're going to use a DMR rifle. If you're going for a DMR, if you're going for a high damage weaponry in this row, you can bring an MP. You can bring a CMP or Spec Ops, depending on what kind of damage tier you want to bring. I usually bring CMP for this job. And, you know, in order to conserve ammo in the automatic DMRs as well as battle rifles. Let's say if you are bringing AK-17, you can bring Spec Ops with it. And if you want to absolutely decimate everything, Dragon's Breath also exists as an option, which you can pair it with basically anything. If you want to bring the Dragon's Breath on the primary slot, you can bring something like a Spec Ops. You wanna bring consistent damage output as well as ability to wall bank dozers and deal with Captain. You can bring 5/7 with KSP, bootleg, or JP36. you wanna bring an explosive. We have China Puff for that. China Puff also crits if you have unseen strike. So it is the best grenade launcher to use in this build. You need area denial. You also have a tool for that. You want to bring a spammy grenade launcher. We have Arbiter for that, which you can pair it with a KSP58 bootleg or JP36, depending on which one you want to use it. So the point is that you can mix and match weaponry depending on your team composition. If you need like extra ammo efficiency, you can bring a KSP alongside a CMP. So this one basically ensures that you will never run out of ammo. You need an extra utility. You have 5/7. You have shock grenades. You have spammy explosives. You have fire for area denial. You need to move the entire team out of on heat streak. You can bring a arbitrary shock grenades. Just mix and match the way you like it. Also, you can swap the weaponry around, and it doesn't really matter. Something like this, a mod config like this, will work with basically 80% of the weaponry in this game. So just mix and match the way you think it would be the best for you. I usually like doing this one, even though this is probably not the strongest combo. It doesn't matter, to be honest. It is hacker, so it should be good enough. Hacker triple SMG. This is likely better than the last one I show you. The painkillers, uppers, inspire aced. You should see the pattern right now. Stable shot basic, underdog basic in order to abuse akimbo SMGs just a little bit, more. Resilience basic to build up Shakuno and bullseye basic. You should see the pattern right now. Scavenger basic. You should see the pattern right now. You should see the pattern right now. And you should see the pattern right now. And some ammo to abuse the akimbo SMGs a little bit more. I'm using triple Mark 10 setup for this one. The Akimbo Mark 10 uses the bigger the better suppressor, stability boost, auto fire, compact laser module, speed pull mag, and that's it. The secondary Mark 10 uses the bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, compact laser module, and speed pull magazine. This build is incredibly strong. If you want to kill something, you just swap your akimbo SMGs, kill that something, and put it away to conserve ammo. You can repeatedly juggle these two weaponry in order to sustain your ammo indefinitely. You have the highest consistent dodge chance in the game. You have painkillers, and you have first aid kits with hacker. It is an incredibly strong build. This one I already shared in the carrots, the carrots hacker build video. I'm gonna show it one more time as well. But you can also type Payday 2 carrot to get the full explanation. Probably the weirdest thing about this build is the secondary choice. This is a gun that no one uses, that's why Overkill buffed it by giving extra stability to the weapon mod that doesn't really matter. Medvet suppressor, grease barrel, concealment boost, laser of some sort, ergo grip, and flawless stock. So yeah. Since this thing has 32 concealment, you can actually get under 5 detection rate with a contractor. without completely gimping yourself with something like a Bronco or a B99. So yeah, this thing is nice to have sometimes. Hacker ammo build. This is the same principle as the actually I think the mods thingy is exactly the same. Yep, I'm just using a different primary on this one, which I will be showing off here. This one is modded with a CQB foregrip, bigger the better suppressor, concealment boost, auto fire. The sight I am using is a modded sight that is equivalent to this one. I don't like using this one because this one looks ugly, but my modded sight matches something in the game anyway, so I have no problems with it. And the fabulous stock to finish it off. This one has 31 concealment, thin 3D barrel, standard issue suppressor, concealment boost, medved out for laser sight, extended magazine, and so-called reflex sight. So yeah, that's it. You can also swap this rifle for anything else. This build isn't all that, kill hoary to begin with, since these two weapon combo is actually ammo efficient enough unless you get like showered with dozers. So yeah, put the ammo bag somewhere, let your team use it, you use it, that's that. Now this is for kill whoring and nothing else. I rarely use this unless it's like Hoxton Breakout Day 1, when no one is killing anything. And I'm if I end up having to if I'm refusing to use that Stoic build I show you, I use this one in order to kill everything. And the build is not good for anything else really. It has Hostage Taker basic. I couldn't afford the aced version, and to be fair, considering how much you can heal with the amount of DPS you have, the basic version is more than enough. If you think you don't need it, you can remove it for 9 lives. I clicked it twice, the menus are lagging. A single upgraded Joker with Hostage Taker basic, Stable Shot basic, underdog to abuse that akimbo SMG a little bit more. Get ourselves some ammo, get ourselves a Bulletstorm because, Bulletstorm is also overpowered as hell. You should see the pattern right now. Duck and cover ace, parkour basic, inner pockets basic, diamond dazed, sneaky bastard. All of these jazz, you already seen it already. And akimbo ace in order to abuse it more. I'm using Mark 10s for this one. And Mark 10s in this build is also incredibly scuffed. This thing has 80 accuracy, like compared to the rifle which has 72. Like, akimbo SMGs have no downsides really. The bigger the better suppressor, the concealment boost. Micro laser. Speed pull magazine and skeletal stock. I also have 5.7. 5.7 is built with tin 3D barrel, standard issue suppressor, concealment boost, medved out for laser, extended magazine, and so-called reflex sight. And ammo bags, just, kill everything really. Like this is one of the gimmickier ones. There is no real reason to use this, but I will be sharing it anyway. Single Joker setup. This standard sniper build up. You should see the pattern right now. I build it for ammo again because I'm using ammo inefficient weaponry. Hardware expert basic, steady grade basic. Really cheap skills. You can't really go wrong with them. Duck and cover ace, parkour basic, this abomination of a tree in order to get crits that I actually don't need in this one, but I'm taking it anyway. And nothing on here. This is more of a gimmick really. I have the Thanatos silenced, You don't even need to look for the modding specifications, really. Both of them are really just for spamming. You can just spam the Arbiter indefinitely, you can spam the Thanatos indefinitely, you have ammo bags as well, so you know. This build is primarily useful for killing dozers. The main idea is this: you swap the Arbiter, and you know, just remove the dozer's faceplate, then swap your Thanatos to finish it off. But here's the thing: since you have unseen strike aced and high value target aced, as long as you land a crit after 10 meters, you just kill regular dozers anyway. The fact that they give extra damage to sniper rifles, extra damage on sniper rifles after a certain meter, is just, you know, stupid on its own. And you know, you can just one-shot dozers with it if you want to. It's not a practical build by any means, but it can be fun. Dragon's Breath Hacker. You thought you won't be seeing any Dragon's Breath izhma, huh? I lied. Painkillers aced, uppers aced, inspire aced. You should see the pattern right now. Stable shot basic in order to get a bit more handling. You should see the pattern right now. You should see the pattern right now. You should see the pattern right now. Steady grip aced in order to get a bit more accuracy for a secondary. This abomination of a tree, as well as this damage abomination, and 9 lives to wrap it up. This izhma is modded with a Dragon's Breath rounds. I have a short barrel, concealment boost, auto fire, hollow handle, is a laser, AK rubber grip, a -1 sight. This one is modded, but you know, you can just as easily use speculator sight, or don't use at all, it's up to you. And skeletal stock. The secondary I'm using is a header. The header itself is modded with a medvedar for suppressor, concealment boost, auto fire, compact laser module, speed pull mag. That modded sight that I have that is basically this one but looks better. It's just that. This one just looks ugly. And unfolded stock. Dragon's Breath shotguns combined with low blow and unseen strike aced, both combined, is really horribly broken. And you know, I only really use it when I have no other alternative. Like two days ago, I used this on a slaughterhouse map where no one was killing anything, and you know, I barely made it out alive with like 1 down during with like 20 minutes. That was so fucking painful. I also had to kill the turret on the slaughterhouse because they couldn't move otherwise. Yeah, it is an absurdly high damaging build, and you know, it is somewhat easy to use as well because hacker, you have hacker, you have first aid kits, you have sneaky bastard, you have ton of DPS. If you're struggling, you know, this is one of the best builds you can use. I wouldn't say it is as good as the Stoic build that I showcased, but you know, it is still incredibly good regardless. Hacker DMR quick fix. I actually like this one. Let me show you. This one also has quick fix because I am trying to save up points for something else. I have ammo efficiency. Build it like this to get our stats up a little bit for our cavity as well as ammo efficiency. The standard Dragon's Breath ammo setup for shotguns. You know, you should see the pattern right now. Die Heartbeat, you should see the pattern right now. You should see the pattern right now. Shockproof this time because I'm using a Dragon's Breath. Because I'm using a Dragon's Breath locomotive, which, you know, which does help you a lot anyway. And Dire Need is less necessary because you one-tap most stuff, so, you know. You don't need to stun them if you end up killing them with one shot. Optical illusions, professional low blow for, DPS, as well as enough concealment to help us reach that DPS. 9 lives to wrap it up. Shotgun, I am using the good old locomotive. I have modded this one with Dragon's Breath rounds, concealment boost, a laser, straight grip, extended magazine, and tactical shorty stock. It has 29 concealment, so keep that in mind. I have a cavity here. Cavity is modded with a medium suppressor, stability boost, Delabar foregrip, speculator sight, as well as 45-degree iron sights. This thing is also a statistical monster with 100 accuracy and 84 stability. It basically has no recoil that you can feel. It has a gargantuan magazine to boot. Usage is simple. Use this to just use locomotive in order to spray at crowds, as well as when you are relocating. Once you activate the overkill, swap to cavity and start headshotting shit. This is also a real powerful build, but you won't be carrying games like this one can. It is still, really good though. I recommend it. Yeah, this one may surprise you. I think you will see. I think you will know why once you see it. Painkillers, combat doctor, inspire, standard stuff. Right now I only have overkill basic. This is a double shotgun build, so it's not nearly that necessary. Steady grip ace in order to get some extra handling. Dire need for stunning stuff with our secondary this time. We don't have much use for shockproof on this one. Get ourselves some crits and the fabled 34 revenants. Yeah, any experienced people that got to this point will likely think to themselves, is Bay even actually use this thing? Yes, I do use this thing. I do have Swan Song, Feign Death, and Messiah all aced. Here's the thing, Dragon's Breath izhma actually has enough DPS. And you should also understand the mod config that I use for this gun anyway. I have a clear 12 gauge shotgun for this, modded with a flechette round. As long as you get crits, you can deal with dozers. Plus, you have Swan Song, so you can suicide to kill dozers anyway. Doctor bags are nice. You can put them, you can abuse them. Really, this build is just, really fun to play from time to time. I especially like using it on lab rats and reservoir dogs day 2. So yeah. I would like to get more reasoning to 34 Revenant, but at the same time, it is 34 Revenant, so yeah, whatever. I'm moving on. Goliaths. You should see the pattern right now. Actually, you can't see the pattern right now. This is somewhat different. I have Shotgun Impact Ace this time. I also have both Die Hard and Transporter for this time. I also have a few drill skills this time. I have Sneaky Bastard aced and Low Blow aced. Akimbo aced and 9 lives aced. This build uses Akimbo Goliaths. Still the best shotgun in the game. Still probably the best weapon in the game. Yeah, it is incredibly strong. I'm using buckshot on this one because, for range you can spam the locomotive. And, even at range, you still deal a lot of damage simply because this thing clicks faster. yeah, this was the mod config. And Locomotive itself is modded with Dragon's Breath rounds, Donald's horizontal leveler, concealment boost, straight grip, extended magazine, and tactical shorty stock. This build is really fucking powerful. Like, you know, if you want to kill something, you can kill with it. In some way, this akimbo goliaths as well as where is it? Here it is. And triple Mark 10 setup can be somewhat switched around depending on the situation. Yeah, of course akimbo SMGs are still more powerful, but you know, the Goliath build that I have can utilize transporter, drills, as well as 9 layers because shotguns are still cheaper to build. Also, I don't need shotgun on this because I have a Dragon's Breath locomotive, which also saves points. So depending on the situation, you can swap between these two different builds to match the situation at hand. Yeah, it is a really strong build. Just click on general direction of the enemies and they will just die. This is a hacker pseudo stealth build. This is more of a gimmick, really. This is basically a stealth build with like extra dodge and a single joker. I don't actually recommend you to use this unless your team is like really struggling with turrets for some reason. Even now you can pick something like akimbo SMG builds that I show you in order to deal with that turret anyway. Yeah, this is more of a gimmick. I only really use this on like friends only sessions. Yeah. I will also show off the crime spree builds that I have. Since, you know, it's already been 2 hours and 17 minutes. You know, might as well fucking finish it. For crime spree, painkillers doesn't matter. For crime spree, partners in crime's ace doesn't matter. I have Stockholm Syndrome in this build. I build it for ammo again. This is for a very specific purpose. Also, Die Hard also doesn't matter in high level crime spree. My friends usually bring drill skills, so I don't bring them myself. Basic mobility, basic avoidance. This abomination, because this is crime spree and nothing matters. I do use a shock arbiter for my crime spree setups. This thing has the zapper grenades. Zapper grenades combined with ammo bags can lock down entire areas for minutes, so it is a really powerful option. I also have a flamethrower, which is, you know, pretty standard thing. All of these guns all the guns here are used for crime spree for different purposes. This one is for area denial. This one is also for area denial, also stunning. This is for when you just want to do some gimmick runs. Dragon's Breath stakeout, which is like good. Saw. If I want to bring a saw, I can just do this, swap the secondary to this. You know, all of them have one thing in common. They either fire poison, explosives, or something else that stuns enemies, and that's it. This one is built for the most generalist way with Stockholm Syndrome, Swan Song Feign Death, Double Jokers, you name it. This one is built for C4. The way you use C4 in crime spree is that you put it into areas that cops will pass before they get to you, so you know they get delayed, or you know guard objectives when you are not looking. And you know don't use C4 when you are near your teammates, or you will end up killing them. Just don't do that. Be more responsible. You know, just mix and match. You can use a debugger and flamethrower, whatever. This one is built for ECM. This one is built for the ECM. ECM is actually really useful on crime sprees you can put an ECM down in order to stun an entire area to do an objective and stuff. It's basically an arbiter grenade, shock arbiter with ammo bags, but you don't need to do this actively. You just need to put this thing down and, activate the feedback, and in the meantime you can go do something else, like help a friend, help your teammates, or do another objective, or run around, or kite cops. So yeah, this one is more of a gimmick. I found Anarchist to be more reliable than Rogue, but this is for like running around and stuff. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm using a clear 12 gauge shotgun with explosives, because why not? There's no real reason to use this thing over an Anarchist thingies that I show you. I also have a specialized build just for Brooklyn 1010 and Panic Room. This one is Berserker, and I have Molotov cocktails. This build is specifically made to deal with snipers and targets that you're supposed to kill on maps like Brooklyn 1010 and Panic Room snipers. Even then, it takes a while. This is the only utility this build provides, and that's about it. Oh yeah, these builds doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, this was my entire inventory. I don't think these builds inspire you to do something else, really. But if it end up being helpful in any way, if these ended up helpful in any way, that's a good enough thing in my part. Also, I got incredibly tired now. It's been 2 hours 22 minutes since this recording started, and I just want to drink some fucking water right now. So, yeah. Hope to see you soon, fellas. See you around.